This should be, you know, a written word instead of a spoken word. I'm pretty sure I made a video about this topic, you know, a couple months ago when I came from, well, the West Coast. But yeah, it was Pasadena, California, and I dropped what someone let me know water tanks. I mean, yeah, they're used for water, but they look uh, like it could be milk jugs, big like 2.5, 3 footer ones, you know. But yeah, it could be used for water actually. But it was like very decorative. It was like a vintage antique feel. And by the way, it's neither here nor there. I delivered them. I took off the pads, I believe, shrink wrap even. Shrink wrap, I used a knife, took everything off, cleaned everything up. I took pictures for the client. It was a female, I believe. And, you know, I sent a text message with pictures, stuff like that. But the experience that I had there, it was like not like I was there before. It was like a feeling, but it was also like I was experiencing like somebody else was watching me. And it was right then I had it. It wasn't a mirage, but like one was an obese person, and I felt like like his presence. You know, it was like, you know, it wasn't like a ghost, like an apparition. It was more like a feeling, and like, you know, a cloud of vision, like in back of my like, you know, in my subconscious or something. It was not subconscious, but like, you know, I was trying to see, but it was like, you know, it was like in my mind, like I was just thinking about them being there, and it's like I didn't want that, you know. And also, it felt like, you know, it happened years ago, and it's like, you know, I dreamt about it, or I saw that moment happening. That was the most eerie part, especially when I pulled up and I got out. It's like I almost say almost like I thought like I know this place. And yeah, it was Pasadena. So, you know, the first thing, you know, was like, I mean, Pasadena was like, you know, Tupac we talk about a song, Pasadena, where you're at. So, like, wow, Pasadena. And then I looked it up. And I was like, you know, Tupac lived in Pasadena too. But it was the allure of, it's the allure of California that I felt there. You know, like driving through it, it was just like, wow. It wasn't like the greatest city. There was nothing fancy, but it was just so beautiful. Maybe it was the sunlight, you know. Maybe it was the West Coast sun. I mean, I don't know. It was just like, wow, man. It was just so relieving. It was just such a nice place, you know. Not particularly the house. It's like, you know, the whole Pasadena area where I was driving at, you know. But on some other personal level, I felt like, you know, I was leaving, get out of there. I didn't want to be there. It's like, you know, I wouldn't find peace or happiness there. Not in the state that I was in, you know. What was going through my personal life and the job, the person I was working for, I just wanted to leave. I just wanted to leave. It's like, you know, that's not the way I wanted to see California. Uh, Whatever time that was, because some people know, but they just, you know, keep their mouth shut. I'm gonna leave that out though. I'm gonna leave that out though. But whether you want to call it allure, man, it was just, you know, I can't say it enough. Except that's not the most important part. It's that. I felt like, you know, maybe I knew somebody because I knew I was in California before, but you know, people mess around with the apparition, mirage, people's my perception. You know, they manipulate, deceive, like what I see. They get in your mind and soul. It's very disturbing when you go through it, especially after, you know, 44 years of going through it. Actually, mine is maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5. And it was that because I remember, you know, when Stickum came about, when I first, you know, touched on Stickum, it was a whole YouTube thing. I'm pretty sure it was in California, you know, just people manipulate, deceive me to their own personal benefit and jokes and funniness. You know, I'm not gonna give out people's names. You know, those that know, they know. I could put links in the description bar. It doesn't fucking matter. I know you fucking watching. I know you fucking watching. And you know, it was just like the worst experience I would want to be in Cali, even if I didn't know. You know, some doofus idiot calling me the faggot, a faggot. And it's like, what the fuck did I do, you, bro? But this time around, I mean, it was much better. I could actually see where I'm going, even though I was stressed, this and the other thing. You know, harassed by another fucking idiot over there. But all in all, it was just that experience. It felt like, you know, first it was like one obese short person, and another person being, and they were just interacting with me, and then people let me know they thought that it was a hoe thing I was doing, like I was a fucking hoe. Like people use that term, and they fucking realize it's just working, doing my job. It's like I'm not gonna fucking do this. I'm just doing me. I'm just I try to have etiquette, good work etiquette, good work ethics. I'm a close up the lift gate, and I'm going to the next stop. But the surreal experience, I felt that many times before. I'm already over that. It happens every fucking day, every second, every minute sometimes. It was, like I said, like I saw it in a dream or like a movie in my mind years ago, that particular moment, that particular house. It was fucking, it was disturbing kind of. I was like, well, I mean, I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm going to stop and fucking, be shocked. I experienced some creepy fucking moments on an airplane in fucking West California, Burbank, whatever, in a warehouse, which I didn't even know I was there and shit. So it's like, in my own bed, which probably was in my bed. I'm just too fucking used to it. That particular one was something new. It was very eerie. It didn't take a lot out of me, but it was just like, I was walking on a truck, jumping on the lift gate. I felt like, I saw myself do that years ago. And then I realized something that some people won't fucking admit. Someone must have seen that fucking moment years ago, I believe. Or something like that. Or I saw myself, going to the same location, which I never thought I would be. I feel very relieved. That's like, I'm in California. I drove a truck here, and I'm delivering fucking, furniture. I mean, of course, but I shouldn't be doing that and get paid for that. The guy robbed me for that. He didn't even compensate me for that shit, and it was like, I knew he was going to scheme and this and that, but it's like, what am I going to do? Fucking cry and complain and shit? Big girl, let me just do my job, the best way I can. Get on a truck and, let me go back. Maybe, it's like, I don't want to go to fucking, San Francisco, but maybe I'll go to San Francisco. It was just a little too far, I believe. I got to look at it on the map, but I was like, I'll do that, and then, I was just waiting to get out of there and hit the desert. That's what I was really waiting for, so I could care fucking less. At least I got to fucking see it this time. But yeah, it was kind of disturbing in a way, but at the same time, it wasn't too disturbing like something evil and bad was gonna happen, like a paranoia. It was just disturbing account. It's like I already lived this moment or something. It was a certain kind of sentiment people certain kind of wording you could use. Like a deja vu before you even know deja vu happens. It was very odd. Like it was a glitch in the matrix. It'd be a mirror effect or something like that. And yeah, it was very odd, but all in all, it was a good day. It was a sunlight. I remember, I got in the truck and it's like, I don't know, I think I pulled out trying to get some water, trying to use the bathroom, but it's like, there's nothing here, and I just fucking left.